Hello people that in the house doing. I'm sure loads of people have heard in the news and all around YouTube and around everything that Ireland's population is going to hit 5 million in the next year or two, it depends. And sorry for my room being dark. Um, I just have to basically say loads of people are saying how great we're getting our population back because it's the highest in 170 years. Obviously the famine. That was the last time we had 9 million people when the famine hit Ireland. In 809 it depends. It depends what source you look at. But, Ireland back then was a lot better than Ireland now, I suppose you could say. But if you could say in the words, because, it puts more strain on the country, it puts more strain in resources. Ireland is very limited with resources. I'm sure everybody would know. I'm sure if you looked at the paper, you would see. Do you want me to, I could go on. Health crisis, lack of beds, lack of nurses, lack of doctors. Because they're all going to different countries, not enough money in the country for them to survive. I could go on. Young teachers not getting paid enough money. Not enough special needs assistance. I could go on and I can go on. The auto stations closing, post offices. Anybody else want me to go on? Anybody else? Lack of housing, homeless crisis, anything else. I think I could go on forever and ever and ever about everything that's wrong in this state at the moment in time. And with the amount of people coming into Ireland, immigrants, as I said in the report from the CSTO, the Central Statistics Office, from April, it was 80 I'm not even going to say 80, fucking I can't say words, my apologies, 88,000, 88,400 and something immigrants, so people from other countries. So to say here, which I really don't believe, really, to be honest with you, that some of them were Irish coming home, some of them. They say 26,000 was Irish coming back from America, from other countries. And then there's another source saying it was only 10,000. So I'd be more likely to believe it was 10,000. Because obviously the Irish people know this country's unlivable. And it's really simple as that. And obviously it is a lot of immigrants coming in. And I might as well just say it straight. Obviously I might as well just say it like... We're all well and good that we're starting to get a population again. We grow our population after the famine and after the extinction of the Irish people. But we have to look at it this way. It's not going to help our housing crisis. It's not going to help our homelessness crisis. Piling more and more people onto Ireland at the moment of time. I understand if we were a huge wealthy country with unlimited resources and we could build hospitals, we could build everything we wanted to. We didn't have a care in the world about money. We could just build and build houses and build and build and build. But this country can't withstand. If we got 1 million people in the morning, another million people randomly landed in Ireland in the morning, the country would be damned. The country would be gone. And simple as that. Because we couldn't afford, there's not enough social housing, there's not enough housing. It's getting hard. The building, I have to give the government credit. They are building tons and tons of social housing. Alone in my county, Cavan, they're building already 86 new council houses. That's a lot. Compared to when the crash happened, they never built one during the whole years. And that's a lot. And then you go to Monaghan, they're building 26. Then they plan to build another 100 and something next year in Monaghan alone. And then you go up to Meath and they're building nearly 200 houses. It's a lot. The government are putting out a lot of money for the housing crisis to try and fix it. But obviously it's not going to fix it because there's so many derelict houses around Ireland that could be done up for cheaper price compared to spending where I am now is a council house, right? This is a top of the range council house, built in 2017. This is this house cost the taxpayer nearly $1 million to build. Obviously, I wouldn't care if it was a wooden box, as long as I had a bit of internet, a bit of water, a bit of, the basic needs. I would not be too oofed about it. But it did cost a lot of money for the taxpayer, and it was good of the council. I have to give the council credit. It was good for us to get this house because when we were, I know I'm going on by myself. My apologies. I just wanted to raise a point. Where I was living before was an 1800 house. It was a house from the 1800s that were was unlivable, to be honest, because the walls were damp. The walls were literally damp. and it was cold. It was really, really severely cold in that house. And, you know, the walls were just it wasn't nice, lovely walls like this. It was just old, choky walls from the old days. And, you know, it was just terrible. It's not because I understand. I enjoyed it at the same time, but, you know, it was just, you know, it wasn't the best place because you were freezing at night time. It took you long time to get sleep and the rest of that. I understand. But my apologies about that, going off subject. But yeah, my point is, it's good. I'm happy that the population's starting to grow up to the famine. I would hope that there's so many Irish people coming back to Ireland. I would pray and I would hope that there was some of them would come back to see their families and to see Ireland once again. But I'm a bit suspicious on the numbers, I suppose you could say. Obviously, I could go on about the migrant crisis, and it's just, you know, I don't think we have any resources to cope with how many people are coming and how many people are being born in this country. Like, the resources could be soon extinguished. And the biggest worry for me is another financial crash, and the country will be definitely gone altogether. So yeah, thank you for watching. I just wanted to raise my concerns about the population growth. Obviously, I can't jump in the fire. But I'm sure. I would hope that there's loads of people came back from countries to see their families and to, you know, try and make a living in Ireland. And I use the word try because it's very hard for Irish people to make a living in their own country. Obviously the Irish people are very hard workers, and I'm sure they know that in America and Australia and everything, because as everybody knows, the Irish went to America, to Canada, to England, and basically built America, done every job that anybody else didn't want. They built skyscrapers in New York, they built bridges, they built everything, they done everything in America. They built the American economy, basically, I'm trying to say, because there was so many Irish, like there was 26 million or something Irish now in America, 30 million or something like that claim Irish heritage. Really are, with some of them even, a good lot of them Irish citizens. And you know, it's a huge amount of money in the American economy. And I could go on with Australia, New Zealand, Saudi Arabia, because they're full of Irish too. Anyway, thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and bye.